Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, May 20th, 2016. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand, overcast skies, white sandy beaches, and it looks like it probably is going to be a decent day today. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. All right, traders, let's get moving on a Friday. Traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilda. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic in the great state of Florida. Traders, came 9 days later to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, I have to tell you, I'm in my 9th year, and I am still in Thailand. Absolutely loving living in Asia, having a great time. Most of all, the time zone to trade is wonderful. I can basically trade all 3 sessions. I only trade about 2.5 to 3 hours in New York. Then it gets a little bit late. It comes up about that 11 p.m. for me. And I'm about done by then. But I've had enough look at computer screens, right? All right, so how do I trade? I'm a pullback trader, traders. What I do is I do listen to fundamentals every day, all day. I pay for a news feed. Need to know what's going on globally. You know, we're macro traders now. We're not micro traders. We don't just trade the euro dollar. We trade everything, right? Need to know what the dollar index is doing. What is crude oil doing? What's gold doing? You know, who's doing, what's doing, how's doing, right? What was it? Last week, China was trying to reduce the restriction on import and export of gold into their country. I wonder why. Right? Things you got to think about when you talk about fundamentals. However, I'm a technician and I love charts. I love candlestick patterns. That tells a story. Price action, price levels, support, resistance, and I use Fibonacci on everything. I'm really big into Fibonacci because I'm looking, remember, for the pullback, and then I want to take my trade. Let the price action do what it wants to do, wait for the pullback, and then make our entry. So we want to do that safely and intelligently, right? All right, that's a little bit about myself. Let's get the risk disclaimer out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's talk about some news and commentary. Well, let's see how the markets did yesterday. Let's head on over to the Dow 30 closed negative 0.52%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.37%. The Nasdaq was also negative at 0.56%, and the small cap 2000 was also negative 0.77%. That's awfully weird, huh? All right, let's take a look at what happened in the Eurozone. The DAX was negative 1.48%. The FTSE 100 out of London was negative 1.82%. The CAC 40 out of Paris was negative 0.85%. And the Eurostoxx 50 was negative 1.15%. So let's head on over to Asia. Now, some of these countries are not open yet. And it looks to me like there must be holidays in Asia because the Nikkei 225 is showing not open. However, they closed yesterday at positive 0.17%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is not showing that they're open either, and they closed positive 0.08%. The China 850 doesn't open for another hour, and they closed yesterday negative 0.29%. With the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong also opens in an hour, and they closed yesterday negative 0.67%. With our friends in Seoul, the Kospi closed yesterday at positive 0.17%. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. Really, not a lot happened yesterday I should say, for me it's this morning, but for those of you on the East Coast of the United States, it's evening, and not a lot's happened in Asia. Asia's been very, very quiet. We have some medium impact news data, but I'm going to tell you it's a very light day today for news data. We have core CPI month on month out of Canada, and we have core retail sales month on month out of Canada. And my friends, in the U.S., we have existing home sales. So the U.S. session, and these all come out within an hour of each other. So the first hour of the U.S. session is going to be quite busy. But that's basically it. As far as Asia and London, we have really no data to talk about. All right. Commentary. I thought yesterday was a pretty good day. I thought markets did exactly what we expected them to do. The dollar has regained strength. The oil situation is basically come back down now. I think it's at 47 or 46.80 or something like that last time I looked. But the big news of the day is the dollar index. The dollar index is above 95. I thought it was 95.83 when I closed down in the New York session yesterday. I do not know what it is. It's morning for me, folks. It's 7:38 in the morning for me, and it is 20:38 hours on Wall Street. So I think trading is as should be. Everything seems to be in continuation of yesterday, and we're dollar bullish. And the only thing we have to watch for today is that it is Friday, so you have people taking profits, position squaring, all that good stuff. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. All right, let's get over to the currency pairs. This is the euro dollar. Euro dollar is on a down move, continued from yesterday, however, pretty much sideways most of yesterday. It did come down a little bit, but basically it's been sideways. We're not getting our pullback. This is the same fib. I have not changed the fib, and it's not giving us our pullback to the 61.8. I want to get in this at 1.1220 would be really nice. We'll get out at 1.1184. It's a nice 40 pip trade. However, we cannot do anything where we're currently at, and the last candle closed above the daily pivot point. So we want to sell the euro dollar. Really easy trade. I did put an entry up at 1.1252, and that is a 38.2 fib. That would be awesome if we can get price to come back up to that and we can sell it from there. But hopefully we get that at the London Open. I don't want to be going into London waiting where we are now for that to happen, because now you're talking about London lunch, maybe even later like New York, before entering in that trade. So we'll keep an eye on it throughout the day, and definitely top of the watch list. Take a look at the pound. The pound continues basically to hang out at the support. It's in a range for the last 3 days. We think it's because of this Brexit election coming up. And I'm sorry, yesterday I did make a mistake. It's June 26th is the actual election for the referendum to stay or leave the Eurozone. And this morning I read it was like 56-42 for them to stay in the Euro. So, that looks like that's a done deal. We don't see any big changes there. However, it is affecting our pound dollar trading, and we would expect that the pound would be, quite bearish, right? With the dollar so strong and good data out of the dollar. A lot of the FOMC members have been talking, and you know what? A June rate hike looks probable, my friends. Definitely looks probable. So we'll have to really keep an eye on that. I don't think, and they can say whatever they want. The basic issue here is they've got to save themselves, right? They started talking last year how they were going to have 4 to 6 rate hikes this year, and we've only had 1, and we're almost to our 6-month period, and we've only had 1 rate hike. So I think it's a very good chance that we're going to get a rate hike in June. I read today 3 of the FOMC members' comments, and Dudley is the vice chair, so Dudley has the most amount of say, and he's on the bandwagon to get a rate hike if you read between the lines. So I think they're going to do it, and I just think they don't have a choice. And my opinion is so what if they do? I mean, it didn't really affect our markets. What did it affect our markets last time? 2 days, maybe, and the markets went back to doing what it did. The markets are bullish as could ever be, right? So I think we're going to make our over 3% growth in the markets this year. I don't think we're off track for that, and we've been doing that for years. 2.3, 2.4, up to 3% every year. I don't think that's an issue. I think we're going to be fine. So we want to sell this right below the 55 exponential moving average, and that's at 1.4597, and we want to get out at the S2 reversal pivot point at 1.4519. Very easy trade plan, very easy. I like that the 10 EMA is above price. That is very encouraging. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Here's the Aussie dollar. This is doing what we want it to do. This is exactly what I want this to do. I want this to climb up there to that 200 exponential moving average or the R1. Let's get in this pair at about 0.7260, and we're going to sell this baby, right? We're going to sell this, and hopefully the dollar stays strong. Now, this might not make it up there by then, and this is a Euro open trade. This is definitely a Euro open trade, so just watch out for that. There's no news out of China. There's no news out of Japan. The New Zealand data has already come out. It was low impact. Nothing has happened. So there's no reason we can't continue to sell the Aussie dollar. Okay. Here's the Euro Aussie. It's back in its good ways. It's back to the downtrend. Basically, this is an entry right here, folks, at 1.5500. I just wait till we get down to probably like 54.90, and then I would jump in this, and then we can get out at 1.5432, and that would be a nice. That'd be a nice 60 pip trade. I'll take that on a Friday. And this looks like it's finally got out of that junk, but we're at support right now. We are at support. Look left of the chart. We're at support, and we're coming up on that psychological level of 5,500. So be careful. Be very careful on this Euro Aussie. I do think it's going to maintain the trend, though. I think it's going to continue to the downside. Hopefully, it'll do it today. Take a look at the Euro Yen. Not a lot's going on. It's pretty much sideways. It did come down yesterday. Made a nice move to the downside. However, it's been sideways most of the day. It came down yesterday in the Asia session, but it's been sideways. Not a lot going on. I want this to pull back up to the daily pivot, and we'll get in at 123.27. We'll get out at 122.97. Not the top of my choice to make trade on, and I probably won't even watch it today, my friends. Just doesn't look like a good idea. I think the BOJ and Prime Minister Abiy is ready to make a move and take this yen and do an intervention. And this thing's going to fly like 100 or 200 pips in like a second when they do that. And I don't want to be in front of that freight train, right? So I'm very cautious about trading any of the yen pairs. If you do, I don't talk about this a lot. Please make sure you got a very, very tight stop. Make sure you protect yourself. If you're already in profit, that's great. Put a trail on there, put a trailing stop, and just trail it. If it comes back and whacks you, who cares? You already made your pips, and you're doing good, right? Okay, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar, and this is exactly where I want it. It's at the R1, also at the 200 exponential moving average, which is wonderful. You know, I like the doji, and I like this. Well, this is really not an indecision candle, the last candle, but I do like it that it has two wicks. So that's telling me that the bulls are getting weak. So I want to sell this. The problem with selling this now is that you're coming into a lot of junk. You're coming to a lot of Forex junk. Look left of the chart, folks. That is a mess. And now you got the 10 moving average pointing to the upside along with the 55. And it looks like the 200 is starting to curl too. So be very careful on this New Zealand dollar. And, you know, make sure all your eggs are in the right basket and all lined up accordingly. Because this is going to be a fight all the way down to our take profit at 0.6714, which is the S1 pivot. So we want to go from R1 basically to S1. We're going to enter at 0.6772. We're going to get out at 0.6714. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. And on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me on a Friday, the end of our trading week, May 20th, 2016. Traders, again, like I said, great to have you with me and you all week. It was fun. It's been exciting. It's going to be an exciting trading day today. So always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, enjoy your weekend break, and we'll catch you in the next Asia session. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.